Hi guys and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I want to talk about cross-realm trading and I want to show you exactly what you need to do in order to enjoy this system and make a lot of gold with this system. So for today's video, I will be taking the example of the Icebane set. This is a new set of gear that has been available since last week when patch 10.1.5 was released. And I'm going to show you how in just a few hours and very easily, I was able to make almost 10 million gold in sales just by using this cross-realm trading technique. Before I start, of course, keep in mind right now the cross-realm trading has been disabled, probably because Blizzard has been experiencing some issues and everything. So hopefully, I'm pretty sure it will be back tomorrow. But if it takes a little bit longer, just make sure to keep that in mind as soon as it's back on. So let's start by first explaining what you can and cannot do with this cross-realm trading. So first of all, the main thing that you will be able to do is simply trading directly. Unfortunately, you won't be able to, for instance, post items on the auction house and then people from other realms being able to buy them, or you cannot also mail items to other characters from your account or other people from other realms. So it limits a lot what you can do, but once you're going to do the few next steps, it's actually very easy to then simply trade items and gold from one realm to another. So the only things you really need is a second account. You don't even need to have Dragonflight on this account because again, you can simply trade items and you don't really need to do anything else. And then you need to simply have some characters on all the different realms where you are interested in selling some items on. And like that, you can easily then invite your other characters and start doing this cross-realm trading. So again, using the example of the Icebane set, as you can see, what I did on day one of the release of this new patch is I simply started to craft a lot of these different items, and I really only focused on these different items because I knew they were going to sell really, really well. Then, as soon as I had many of them, what I did is I sent everything on one of my other characters on the same realm. And then after that, I simply started to invite some of the different characters from my second account on other realms. And as you can see, all you need to do is really write /invite and then the name plus the realm of the other character. And like that, you will be able to directly invite the character and then you will be able to trade this other character on your second account. So as you can see, it's really something that is extremely easy. And then what I did is I simply made sure to have all my different characters at the same location. And so like that, I could very easily log in on a new account, on a new realm, and then start inviting and then trading all the different items, posting them, and do that again and again. I just did that for half an hour. I just had the time to go on maybe like 15 different realms. And then unfortunately, they started to disable this cross-realm trading option. But as you can see, I was still able to trade quite a lot of these different Icebane gear on many different realms. And this is like that I was able to actually make almost 10 millions in sales in just a few hours. And again, keep in mind, this is completely free. So it means that here I didn't have to pay anything else. I literally just crafted all these different items. They were actually very easy to craft. And then I was able to sell them on all these other realms. And especially as I was one of the first person to be able to craft and sell these different items on the European region, I was able to set up the price. And as you can see, this is why sometimes I was even able to sell some of them for 170k a piece, when right now they're going for probably like 5k on average on most realms. So of course here with this example, I was able to make almost 10 million in sales in just a few hours, but keep in mind it's because it was a new patch. It was on day one. I was one of the first person to be able to craft all these different items and to actually do this cross-realm trading. And also simply because there was a lot of hype around all these different items, but as you I've seen probably all these items are already worth almost nothing. So of course, these type of events are the moment where you really want to enjoy that and make sure to try and sell these items on as many realms as possible. But in general, I would say that if you want to do that, you can always try to find other type of items, whether these are items that you can farm or craft, and then again, target specific realms where you can then easily trade items on these other realms and then start selling them for a better price somewhere else. And Again, keep in mind that when you are doing that, you are basically selling items on 2 or 3 or more realms at the same time. So it means that you have at least double or triple the chance at making some good sales with all the different items that you're crafting or farming. When it comes to the different type of items, I would recommend you to try and sell on all these different realms, as you don't want to have to spend your entire day then logging on all these different realms and trying to undercut and everything. I would recommend you to first of all focus on really the main realms that you think are going to be the best ones for the type of items you're trying to sell. Also, if possible, to target some markets where there's not a lot of competition, either very rare transmogalens, very difficult things to do or to craft, and like that you won't have to again come back every hour and undercut. And finally, what I always recommend to do is if, for instance, you are trying to sell items and you know you're not going to be able to log in for quite some time, what I do personally is I then add some of the bid price, and like that, even though I'm not the one that is directly selling the item, people are bidding on my items, and like that I'm still able to get some sales. So if you are trying, for instance, to sell items on 15 different realms, but you don't have the time to go and undercut on each of them, do that, and hopefully at some point you will be able to get some sales through this different bidding price. Also, keep in mind that this is something that is very, very useful if, for instance, you want to buy an item for a cheaper price on another realm and then resell it somewhere else for a better price. So again, with this cross-realm trading, you will be able very easily to create a character somewhere where you know there is a very cheap auction at the moment. You can then directly invite your character, trade some gold on this realm, buy the item, and then trade back the item to your other character and start selling this item. So again, this is something that represents a lot of really great opportunities. This is why I would definitely recommend you to get a second account and try to do that as soon as this cross-realm trading is enabled again. And hopefully you will be able to make a lot of gold as well by either selling all the new items or the ones from the previous expansions that are still worth a lot of gold. Finally, my last advice for you to target some realms where you can see you will probably make a huge profit, or also to target realms where you can find some cheap auctions and then flip them and sell them elsewhere, is to use the Undermine Exchange website. As you can see here, again, you can go on your realm and then you can type the name of the items that you want to get some information from. And then as you can see, you will be able to see exactly where are all these different items being sold in your region and where are the cheapest and most expensive auctions. So for instance here, I can definitely see that some of these realms are very cheap. So if I want to flip them, I can then move some gold very easily, buy the item and move back the item somewhere else. And then to sell it, as you can see, you can go here, try to see where is a very high populated realms or somewhere where you know it will probably sell for a lot of gold and pretty fast. And then you can simply decide to move the item there. And like that, you will probably be able to make way more gold rather than just staying on your realm and waiting. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I really hope you will be able to make a lot of gold with cross-realm trading when it will be back in the game. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And I will see you all very soon. Bye!